Well, for a minute, I just came from an asphalt road to this, and look at this. That is sandy soil that's very difficult to ride. Oh boy, and man, my front end just was squirming. All right, I'm gonna have to go slow. But yeah, this sort of like terrain, very difficult to ride on the V-Strom, guys. And especially if you hit like, you don't want to ride in that middle where the tires of cars are not going through. You want to ride on the exactly where the tires are hitting. It's very dangerous here. Let me show you. I mean, it's kind of a cool terrain if I had knobby tires, but look at this. This is the sand I'm riding on, and this is not exactly a walk in the park. Not necessarily a good road to ride, but it'll be ending pretty soon. You have to watch out for the deep sand here. This is, you can wash out and drop the bike and, okay, so it's, I'm going towards the deep sand. Target fixation. I usually put my leg down where I want to go, and that kind of helps out a little bit. There's no problem with the traction at all. The only problem is the front tire squirming and digging into the softer parts of the sand, so you can't really go fast there. Can you imagine in the rain? This whole thing is probably like super muddy. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Man, you probably can't see it. On video, it probably looks very flat and very hard-packed, but it really isn't. But, you know, it's one of those adventures, right? I just hope I don't crush my leg or anything. So sad. This bike is great, but for off-road riding is something to be desired. But man, it's a good bike. Look at this, man. Just, ooh, maybe off to the side, you know. You know, they usually, oh man, they usually say, you know, you just give it gas through sand, and that's really like your best option is to give it some good gas and floor it, but I am not into that. Not on a heavy, like 500-pound bike filled with gear. It doesn't give you a lot of confidence. Oh shit, man. Maybe here. Oh, look at that airplane. That's from the little tiny airport that they have here in Clovis. That guy's just doing like little flyovers. Here's some deep sand. You guys can see my hands moving around, because that's what happens when you ride in this sort of terrain. I love the color of it. I love the earth of New Mexico and Arizona. It's just like this reddish umber to it. Man, my air filter at the end of this ride is going to be all dusty. I'll definitely have to change it. On the ride that I did 3 years ago, I opened up the air filter at the end of the ride, and I mean, that was like some pretty big stuff in there. All right, let's see. This is very sandy here. Look at this. Man, that's even sandier over there. That's even sandier. Let me just go straight. One more block. By the way, Taos is about 240 miles away, guys. So it's still a long ride to Taos. But I decided to take some back roads and kind of trying to enjoy myself a little bit more. What a little bit of distance does to the terrain. I mean, we've come a long way from the large boulders of Arkansas and the medium-sized boulders in Oklahoma. Of course, I did drop my bike in Oklahoma, but I think Arkansas had the more gnarly off-roading, mainly because it had elevation and stuff. But New Mexico, you know, it's pretty flat. We're pretty high up, 4,300 feet up. It feels pretty good, the temperature today. But it's not like, I wish Clovis was just a little bit further away, because if you're an outsider smelling this area, you smell those cattle. Even here, you smell just that stink, and it gets all over your nose. That's one thing I don't like right here. I think once we get to New Mexico, when we get to Taos, New Mexico, it's a lot more different. There's not that much cow farming there.